I'm Danielle, your host of the Abridged to Motherhood podcast, the place where moms like you learn to thrive, not just survive through pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. I'm a birth and postpartum doula and a mom of two who's been where you are. My first pregnancy was filled with so much excitement, but it was also marked by stress, anxiety, and fear of the unknown. I thought I had everything mapped out, but when postpartum hit, I realized how unprepared I was for the physical, emotional, and mental toll of motherhood. It was overwhelming, lonely, and nothing like I imagined. When I found out I was pregnant again, I knew I needed to approach things differently. I made it my mission to not only prepare for postpartum, but to prioritize myself in the process. That shift changed everything. Now I'm here to help you do the same. Whether you're navigating your first pregnancy, feeling buried under endless advice, or struggling to figure out what you actually need for postpartum, this podcast is your safe space. You'll find practical tips, honest conversations, and expert insights to help you feel informed, supported, and empowered through every stage of motherhood. If you're ready to feel confident, prepared, and truly supported in your motherhood journey, stick around. This is for you. Hey friends, welcome back to the Abridged to Motherhood podcast. So glad you're here. I cannot believe that it is mid-April already, and I'm so excited for the warmer weather coming up and just getting to be outside more with my kids. I don't know about where you're listening from, but here in Cleveland, it has been so dreary and rainy. And although I love snuggling up with a good book or listening to a good podcast, I am just so ready for the sunshine. Today, in this episode, we are talking all about why emotional preparation for postpartum matters. We're going to be diving into preparing for postpartum while you are still pregnant so that when your new baby arrives, you feel so much more prepared and resilient. Many moms to be focus so much on the physical side of pregnancy and on creating their birth plan that they forget to prepare for what comes next. And as a postpartum doula and a mom of two, I can tell you that I see a huge difference in my clients that do prioritize talking through postpartum and what to expect and making a postpartum plan versus just winging it. Even in my own experience with my first, I just decided to wing it in all areas. And although it worked out in some ways, in others, it was really difficult. And so with my second, I made sure that I had a plan in place for my support postpartum, for how I was going to take care of myself, warning signs to look out for, and just really had these deep conversations with my husband and with my support system. And it made a world of difference. And now I help my clients do that exact same thing. So if you're currently pregnant and thinking, oh, wow, I need to really think about preparing for postpartum, I do offer one-on-one sessions. I call them my new mom sessions. And if that's something that you're interested in, I'm going to put the link in the show notes and we will create that postpartum plan together. Let's dive in. When you are getting ready for your baby, you feel like you need to get everything put away from your baby shower. The nursery should be set up perfectly. All the clothes washed and hung. You've got your birth plan in place. You need to have the perfect bag packed for the hospital. And because of this, emotional preparation often takes a back seat. But I would really recommend that you slow down and take the time to think through these things because emotional resilience is so important in the face of the unpredictability of postpartum life. Preparing emotionally helps you navigate the highs and lows of new motherhood without feeling blindsided by the challenges that come your way. In this episode, I'll explain why emotional prep matters and how it can help you manage everything from exhaustion to self-doubt. Reason number one, emotional preparation reduces your postpartum stress. The emotional roller coaster of postpartum is real, and knowing that it's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or even sad, especially in those first 2 weeks, can help you approach those emotions with compassion. Also, my counselor helped me realize so much that when we are exhausted because we're losing sleep, that we are going to be more vulnerable to our emotions and to have compassion with ourselves and grace as we work through it. For example, when I was having my second baby, we kept a list on the fridge in my house of my warning signs. And it was things like not eating, not showering, not wanting to talk about my emotions, crying too much, or showing no emotion. And we left it there so that my husband, my mom, friends that were coming to visit could look at that list and do a quick check-in with me to see how I was falling on that scale. And this does require you to be honest with your people, but not acknowledging your emotions can end up leading to more stress and anxiety. And knowing that it's going to be normal to have those ups and downs and that they are common doesn't make you a bad mom. Now, of course, I want to make sure that I am saying, as someone who's experienced postpartum depression and anxiety, that if these things are impacting your daily life, if you are struggling with some serious intrusive thoughts, or if you just feel like, hey, I am not myself at all, please, please, please do not hesitate to reach out to your medical providers, to tell someone close to you to get help. So many women are being so much more open and honest about their feelings, and I'm so thankful for that. But I know that there can still be a stigma around our mental health, especially as new moms, and we can feel fearful to say how we're truly feeling. But the sooner that you can get the help, the better. Reason number 2 why you should prepare emotionally is it helps you set realistic expectations for yourself. Understand that motherhood is not about perfection, but it's about learning and adjusting to your new role. Can make a huge difference in how you approach parenting. When you prepare emotionally, you can have conversations with your partner about what kind of support you might need, what self-care looks like in this new season of life, and what to expect. It can make you feel so much less frustrated when things don't go according to the quote unquote plan. We know that babies don't come with a manual. Every baby is different, and we need to be flexible with them as they change and grow, and with ourselves as we change and grow in becoming parents. Don't expect your experience to be like your friends or your moms or your sisters. The more flexible you can be with your expectations, the easier it will be to navigate the inevitable bumps in the road that come along. Reason number 3, emotional preparation helps you build your support system. Knowing what emotional support you need ahead of time will help you communicate it with your partner, your family, your friends, or a postpartum support team like a postpartum doula. It also gives you the chance to identify professionals or resources to help you during that postpartum time. I've seen many moms who have done the work emotionally to prepare by either seeing a counselor or therapist regularly, or even joining a support group before baby arrives. And having this proactive approach helps them feel so much more secure in their support system and less isolated when challenges arise. It can be really difficult scrambling trying to find these supports once you are already deep in it. So taking the time to do a little bit of research beforehand can really help you feel more prepared. Don't wait to seek support until you're already overwhelmed. Being emotionally prepared means taking the time to research, have those conversations and connections early on. Reason number 4, preparing emotionally helps you so much for the shifts after birth. Emotional changes don't just happen during pregnancy, they continue into postpartum. There's hormonal changes going on, sleep deprivation, your brain literally changes when you become a parent, and you're adjusting to a whole new family dynamic. They can all affect your emotional well-being. Emotional preparations helps you roll with these changes instead of being so caught off guard. A mom who mentally prepares for the shifts that she's going to experience after birth will feel so much more equipped to understand when mood swings or tears are a normal part of postpartum. Like I said, especially in those first 2 weeks, and to be able to tell when they are getting to a place that you need that additional support, whether that's seeing a therapist, whether that's joining a support group, getting on medication, talking to your doctor. But ignoring the emotional shifts that happen postpartum and just assuming that everything's going to go back to normal after birth, that's just not the way to go. We want to be serious about taking care of ourselves, not just physically after birth, but emotionally and mentally as well. Reason number 5, preparing emotionally can help you to really understand your new identity as a mother. One of the hardest aspects of early motherhood is navigating that loss of your identity of who you were before you became a parent. Emotional preparation can help you to really hone in on what your core values are and what your interests are now, so that you don't feel like you have completely lost yourself in the process of becoming a new parent. You're learning to prioritize your own emotional needs as you prioritize the needs of your baby, whether that is sitting down and journaling and working through prompts to connect with yourself, which I have in my new mom reset guide. So if you are someone who's already postpartum and you're thinking, oh man, I did not prep for this emotionally beforehand, and now I'm struggling to find myself again, that free guide has prompts to get you started and so much more. But losing sight of our own identity and needs, it is common for moms to experience. And if you know that that process is coming, you can continue to prioritize taking those few minutes to check in with your body, check in with yourself emotionally and what you need, whether that's spending some time with friends, soaking in a bath, painting your toenails, or just sitting and admiring your baby. When you take that time to emotionally prepare, you will just feel so much more at ease with yourself as you come into your role as a mother. Now let's talk about some actionable things that you can do for yourself right now. Acknowledge your emotions ahead of time. Recognize that feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or emotional during postpartum is normal. Start by reflecting on your emotions before baby arrives so that you can identify and name those emotions for yourself, identify patterns or triggers that you experience. I know for me, lack of sleep is a huge trigger. So when I am feeling exhausted, even now with a 7 and a 3-year-old, I can speak up to my partner and say, hey, I need some time to take a nap, or I need some time away to just spend with myself for a few minutes. Number 2, set realistic expectations for yourself. Talk to your partner about what kind of support you might need and what's not realistic for them to even expect of you. They need to understand that your job, especially in those early weeks, is taking care of your baby, learning your baby, establishing that bond, and let them know that you may be more emotional than they are used to and how they can support you through that process. Number 3, build your support system early. So if you are currently pregnant and thinking about this, reach out to professionals or support groups, do some research so that you can have these connections in place beforehand. Look for a perinatal therapist in your area. You can go to the Postpartum Support International website, and they have a searching feature on there where you can look for someone certified in your area. Number 4, prepare for postpartum emotional shifts. Understand that those emotional shifts that come after birth are a normal part of the process, and learn about the signs of postpartum depression, anxiety, rage, OCD to help prepare yourself. So if there are any changes to your emotional landscape, you're aware of what they look like and you're able to seek help quickly. And number 5, identify ways that you can maintain your sense of self throughout the transition to motherhood. This could include setting time aside for your personal hobbies, staying connected to your friends, or simply reminding yourself that you are still you. There are pieces of you from your life before baby that are going to come along with you, and there are going to be new pieces that are added in as you become a mother. If after listening to this episode, you're thinking to yourself, either one, you're pregnant and you really want some help in preparing for your postpartum experience, or two, you've had your baby and you're thinking to yourself, okay, I prepared really well for birth. I got the nursery already, but now I'm feeling really exhausted, overwhelmed, and I just could use some help getting myself back on track. This is exactly why I created my one-on-one new mom coaching sessions. You can go to abridgetomotherhood.com/coaching and get all the details, but we will work together to create a postpartum plan that is customized to you. You will get my editable ebook. You'll get a set of postpartum affirmations and follow up with all of the notes and resources from our call together. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really hope that you found this helpful, and pass it along to a friend who's pregnant to help them to prepare emotionally during pregnancy. It's just as important as all of the other prep, and I think this will really help her prioritize herself and her own needs once baby arrives. Talk to you all next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Abridged to Motherhood podcast. I'm so glad you were here today. If you loved this episode, I'd be so grateful if you could leave a review for the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on. Share it with a friend or snap a screenshot and tag me on social media. If you decide to leave me a review, go to abridgetomotherhood.com/review. That link is also in the show notes so that I can send you a little gift in the mail. Your support helps other moms to find the podcast, and it truly means the world to me. Remember, your motherhood journey deserves your care and attention. Until next time, keep showing up for yourself, mama, and don't worry, I'm here to help every step of the way. See you soon.